I'm Mike.
And I'm a complete freak.
Control freak, that is.
Actually, you have to admit that's
he is a
kind of
control
true.
freak. He is.
But
He,
anyways,
really
let's-
whines about everything.
Yep. Because I like to
So-
make it good for you guys, and they don't.
So these lovely people sent us some items to try out, which we have done.
Actually, I got his name. I've been saving this.
Sean McCormick.
He sends me kisses and headshots. Isn't that nice?
It's not really sweet. Is he
Headshots.
single?
Clever.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, single man for
For
Catherine.
me. What is control freak? What are these things?
Little nipples, aren't
What are those?
They're accessories for your controllers to make your gameplay more enjoyable and easier. These little babies right here are for accuracy, and you put them on, they make your joystick taller,
Yeah.
and then that makes it a little bit easier.
How can you explain how it helps?
Because the length of the joystick is longer, the pivotal point of the joystick in the middle is way more sensitive. You can actually feel it when you're playing it, like pushing from the center to up. It feels like it takes longer to get to the top.
Even though it doesn't.
It doesn't, but
just
because
going slower.
it's just extending the joystick, which makes the gameplay more sensitive. Actually, in a lot of first-person shooters we played, we had to decrease the sensitivity because it was so sensitive.
By the way, these are called FPS.
But we used them for Limbo too. And it's just like you can pretty much use these for any game.
Now, on the Xbox 360 controller, I would say these are way, way better on this controller than they are on the PS3 controller. Now, the reason why is
When you push down the left thumbstick for like sprinting or anything like that in any game, so you have to push down the thumbstick, the teeth actually catch part of the PS3 controller. So if you're turning left while sprinting or pushing down the thumbstick, it actually gets caught. And sometimes you can't push it down, unfortunately.
you know,
Or you have to push really hard to get it to work.
well, that's just, that's also a fault by the PS3 controller design. When you're playing the game, as you know, on your own anyways, and you're trying to turn, when you push and click in at the top there, sometimes it just doesn't work
Yeah.
that good.
But these extensions make like even bad.
make it
worse.
make it a little bit worse. You could file down the product, but then again, the product should come that way. I wouldn't say that it's like a make or break thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And-
not something you notice that much. And for the most part in MAG, it doesn't actually affect the game at all.
And the other thing with these is once you put them on, I think you sort of want to leave them on because pulling them off, I feel like you're going to ruin your joysticks just from the clicking and such. And even putting them on, you really got to cram them on there.
And there actually is a learning curve to this. It took us about a half hour to really get used to it.
Yeah, you have to adjust for sure.
Because they're so sensitive.
There's probably a bigger learning curve than on the Xbox 360 controller. When I popped these on the Xbox 360 controller, I picked it up right away, and it felt like it should have been that way the whole time. The first-person shooter control freak gear, I would have to say that these are, for $9, these are a must-own. If you're a PS3 fanboy and you only have PS3, then these are still great products, but you are going to pop them on and think that something's, just not right with them, but you get over it right away. It's not actually really affecting your gameplay when it hits the top of the plastic. So I would recommend these for sure. If you play first-person shooters, hell, even in a platformer game, it feels better to play with these things.
Especially if you have a 360.
If you're a big first-person shooter, yes, buy them. If you're not, I wouldn't bother getting them for a platform or anything like that. The other ones work just fine. However, if you're going to play a platformer, like a side-scroller, or if you're playing a racing game, it's this little ditty here, and you can spin it, so you can do it for whichever way you want it to be. And then it just keeps your thumb on there, no matter what, so you're never going to slip off.
This one's called the Speed.
It looks
This
very
is the
dangerous.
Speed. Apparently more for racing games. But
When you're playing a racing game like Blur Online and you're turning around those corners, you keep turning and you keep turning, and then all of a sudden your hand starts to slip and you're like, oh, I can't let go or I'm going to crash in the
I
wall.
can't turn anymore!
Now this just basically braces your thumb in place. So you don't have to push pressure onto the controller anymore. You could just rest it lightly and you could still drive. You can play this with like a platforming game like Crash Bandicoot. You could turn it any way you want. Now the only problem is you can't put two of these on one controller because they do hit each other, the PS3
oh,
version.
PS3, yeah.
I'd like
Xbox?
them to.
No, it doesn't. It's pretty good on the Xbox. If you're going to be playing Gran Turismo 5 in November, thank God, finally, and this is definitely something you want to pick up.
Or if you like any racing game, really. If you like Burnout, even Blur, you name it, you could use it for it if it's a racing
Except
game.
Mod
Or-
Nation Racers. You don't need it for that.
Yeah, you don't need it.
No one wants to play that.
No, it's not that weirdos.
Overall, I think this is a great accessory. Well, I think both
It's a
of
great
them.
product.
There's something really good about this product.
Yeah, and they didn't even pay us any money.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. Because usually we like to bash things, but this is actually, it makes the gameplay funner and
So-
better.
It's not a need to have thing. You're not going to buy a PlayStation 3 and need to buy this no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself being a big gamer and you want a little more accuracy, you want a little bit easier to play certain things,
Yep.
Control Freak.
Go to
Accessories.
controlfreak.com. I'll put the URL in the description of this video.
So I want to make it clear to the fans that I emailed them because I was interested in reviewing the product. So I'd like to thank Sean from Control Freak. I loved the part where you said kisses and headshots.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you put that on all the letters, but you really meant it for me.
Yeah, you're probably chuckling on your pillow tonight because you think about that joke every night.
Whoa, double time!
Now, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I've just created a new product. I call it the FPS Speed.
Yeah, and we just are getting, right at this second, we're getting sued by Control Freak.
Sean, you better send us some profit for this one.
Yeah,
'cause this.
we just made an invention.
Look at this.
'Cause
That's control.
no, that's good, Cat.
It's good.
Don't mess it up.
That it heightens the
Listen, you're
sticks,
being a Control Freak.
I
and
like
then it
to be a
allows you to do X, but do it however you want.
No, but
And
it's
no one-
on the tip of my tongue.
I know.
Angle.
You're making me really angry right now.
And it felt like it should have.
3 kilobytes.